Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about the topic proteins in the chapter biomolecules. Now, what is the meaning of protein? It is derived from the Greek word proteos, which means prime importance. They are so named because proteins are prominent chemical substances essential for the growth and maintenance of life, and they are present in almost all the living tissues of plants and animals. In the human being, they are main constituents of skin, muscles, hairs, tendons, and the connective tissues. Basically, we can define the protein as the condensation polymer in which the monomeric units are alpha amino acids. So basically, we can say that amino acids are the main constituent of proteins. So, what are amino acids? Amino acids, also known as the building blocks of protein, in which two functional groups are present. One is the amino acid and another one is the carboxylic acid. And there is also a side chain denoted by the R. And this carbon is known as the alpha carbon. So that's why it is the alpha amino acids. And there are 26 different amino acids which have been isolated by the hydrolysis of various proteins, out of which 20 amino acids are occur in almost all the proteins, while the remaining 6 are found in the special tissues. So basically, how can we classify the amino acids? First one is the neutral amino acids, in which the 1 amino as well as carboxylic group is present. For example, glycerin, alanine. And second one is the acidic amino acid, in which 2 carboxylic groups are present and another one is the 1 amino group. For example, as a glutamic acid. And the third one is the basic amino acids, in which the 2 amino groups are present and one is a carboxylic group. So these are the amino acids which depends upon the functional groups. Now we can also classify on the importance of the amino acids. First one is the essential amino acid and second one is the non-essential amino acids. So basically, alpha amino acids which are needed for health and growth of human beings but are not synthesized by the human body are known as essential amino acids. बच्चों बेसिकली आपके पास बॉडी के लिए दोनों ही क्या है, एसेंशियल और नॉन एसेंशियल अमीनो एसिड्स क्या है, इंपॉर्टेंट तो है आपकी हेल्थ के लिए, आपकी ग्रोथ के लिए, बट जब हमारी बॉडी सिंथेसाइज नहीं कर पाती, मतलब अमीनो एसिड्स को फॉर्म नहीं कर पाती, उन्हें हम क्या कहते हैं, एसेंशियल अमीनो एसिड. मीन्स दे आर नेसेसरी, ये हमें नीड है, हमें ये कहाँ से चाहिए, बाहर से चाहिए. ठीक है बच्चे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल वेलेनाइन एंड द अनदर वन which are also important for the growth and development of human being but can be synthesized by the body. These are known as the non-essential amino acids. For example, glycine. So these are the types which depends upon the synthesization. Now further, we can also learn the essential and non-essential amino acids in the human being and also classify out of the 20 amino acids. Basically, essential amino acids are arginine, histidine, leucine, lysine. But how can we memorize this? There is a short trick, that is Tim Hall PVT. Means Tim is essential amino acid derived from the threonine, and I is isoleucine and M is the methionine. So basically HO and PVT is also derived in the essential amino acids, and non-essential amino acids basically contain 3G in it. Means There are 3: glutamate, glutamine and glycine, which are considered under the category of non-essential amino acids. So it is all about the differentiation between essential and non-essential amino acids. Now we further move on the physical properties of amino acids. Amino acids are colorless and non-volatile crystalline solids, and they are not soluble in the polar solvents. And as we know that अमीनो एसिड्स जो है आपके बच्चे वो क्या कंटेन करते हैं? अमीनो एसिड्स कार्बोक्सिलिक ग्रुप एज वेल एज बेसिक जो आपका अमीनो ग्रुप है वो कंटेन करते हैं विद इन द सेम मोलिक्यूल. सो इन द एक्वस सॉल्यूशन दे न्यूट्रलाइज ईच अदर and the carboxylic group loses a proton. This carboxylic group loses a proton while this amino group accepts it, and that's why it forms a internal salt on the deuterion. Deuterion is basically a dipolar ion. Dipolar ion हो गए ना, यहाँ पे आपके पास क्या है? पॉजिटिव एज वेल एज क्या है? नेगेटिव चार्ज स्पीसीज है. So it is known as the dipolar ion or a deuter ion. So basically how can we write this? There is a amino group present on the carbon and the carboxylic group as well, and deuterion formed like this: NH3 positive and COO negative, means there is a negative as well as positive charge, and it consists as a dipolar ion. And in the deuter form, alpha amino acids show amphoteric behavior as they react with both acids and base. In the acidic medium, this carboxylic ion of the deuteron accepts the protein to form a cation, while in the basic medium, this NH3 positive ion loses a proton to form an anion. Now we further move on the isoelectric point and its configuration. Basically there are two configuration, that is D and L configuration. So first of all we will discuss about the isoelectric point. Isoelectric point is basically the pH at which no net migration of amino acids is occurred. आपके पास आइसोइलेक्ट्रिक पॉइंट वो है बच्चे जहाँ पे आपके पास क्या होता है, बेसिकली वो पीएच है जहाँ पे आपका जो अमीनो एसिड है वो फॉर्म तो करता है ज्यूटेराइन, मीन्स आपके पास नेगेटिव और पॉजिटिव चार्ज तो कैरी करता है, इलेक्ट्रिकली न्यूट्रल भी है, बट इस पीएच पे आपका जो ज्यूटेराइन फॉर्म करता है उसी ही हम क्या कहते हैं? आइसोइलेक्ट्रिक पॉइंट कहते हैं. उस पर्टिकुलर पीएच को ही हम क्या कहते हैं? जहाँ पे आपका क्या बन रहा है? ज्यूटेराइन बन रहा है, उसे हम क्या कह रहे हैं? आइसोइलेक्ट्रिक पॉइंट कह रहे हैं. ओके, नाउ इस पे मीन्स इस पीएच पे आपका जो ये क्या है? नेट जीरो चार्ज कैरी कर रहा है, बट अबव it will be negatively charged and below it will be positively charged. And what are the configuration of alpha amino acids? Alpha amino acids basically of two forms, that is DL-N form. So what is DL-N form? Basically your amino acids are non-superimposable mirror image and asymmetric, means they are chiral in nature. And basically what is chiral? Chiral is means a carbon having the 4 different groups on it. chiral क्या होता है बच्चे? जिस कार्बन पे आपके चारों जो हैं ग्रुप्स जो हैं वो डिफरेंट होते हैं. एंड मिरर इमेज आपके शो कर रहे हैं ना कि जो आपका लेफ्ट है वो आपको राइट में नज़र आ रहा है, जो आपका राइट है वो आपको लेफ्ट में नज़र आ रहा है. एंड नॉन सुपर इम्पोजिबल मिरर इमेज, so that's why it is a chiral carbon. It is known as the optical activity of amino acids. And configuration क्या है आपकी? DNL. L जो होता है आपका अमीनो एसिड जब क्या आपके राइट पे प्रेजेंट है, दैट इज नोन एज द डेक्स्ट्रोरोटेटरी अमीनो एसिड्स, एंड L इज द लिवोरोटेटरी अमीनो एसिड्स. नाउ व्हाट आर द पेप्टाइड बॉन्ड्स? पेप्टाइड बॉन्ड्स बेसिकली आपके पास क्या होते हैं? These are the condensation polymers of alpha amino acids, in which the same or different amino acids are connected by the peptide bond. So basically, this CONH is known as the peptide bond, and it is obtained by the condensation polymer, means water molecule is removed from it. Now, it is the peptide bond. Now, what are polypeptide bonds? In which there are so many peptide bonds are present, and at the one end there is a carboxylic terminal and another end contains the amino terminal. That is, it is also known as the N terminal, and another one is the C terminus. So it is all about the polypeptide bond. Now we further move on the classification of proteins. Basically, proteins can be classified on the basis of their structure as well as their chemical composition. So it can, on the basis of structure, they are of three types: fibrous, globular and intermediate protein. And on the chemical composition, they are of also three types: simple protein, conjugate protein and derived protein. So let's discuss about the one by one. On the basis of the molecular structure, it is a first one type is a fibrous protein. So fibrous proteins are basically a polypeptide chain consist of a thread like structure. बेसिकली फाइब्रस प्रोटीन जो होते हैं आपके, वो क्या होते हैं? थ्रेड लाइक स्ट्रक्चर होते हैं, थ्रेडल मॉलिक्यूल्स होते हैं, साइड बाय साइड के फॉर्म करते हैं, आपका फाइबर फॉर्म करते हैं. एंड दीज फाइब्रस प्रोटीन्स आर insoluble in water. Why they are insoluble in water? Due to the hydrogen bonding present in this molecular structure, and which is strong in nature, and they are also stable to moderate changes of temperature and pH. ये बेसिकली अगर हम आपका टेम्परेचर और pH चेंज कर दें तो क्या है, आपके फाइब्रस प्रोटीन्स जो हैं उनमें सिर्फ मॉडरेट चेंज आएगा, ज़्यादा चेंज हमें देखने को नहीं मिलेगा. And they do not have any biological activity but a chief component of animal tissues. For example, they are present in the skin as a keratin protein, or in the hair also, nails, and in the tendons in the form of callus. So it is all about the fibrous protein. We further move on the globular protein. Globular protein are spheroidal in shape due to the folding of polypeptide chains, and this globular protein is soluble in water, and they have a small changes if we changes the temperature and pH. Sometimes it also undergoes a denaturation of on heating, and they possesses a biological activity, and they also act as a enzymes in our body. They are also present in the hormones like insulin, and also act as a antibodies in the human body. Now it's all about the fibrous and globular protein. We further move on the classification based on the chemical composition. First one is the simpler protein. They are basically obtained by the hydrolysis of amino acids, in which only one amino acid is obtained. This is known as a simple protein. Now we further move on the second one type, that is derived protein. Derived proteins are the degradation product of partial hydrolysis of simple as well as conjugated proteins. Basically जो आपके ड्राइड प्रोटीन्स हैं बच्चे, वो क्या होते हैं, हमें जब हम एंजाइम, एल्कलीज या एसिड से ट्रीट करते हैं किसको, कंजुगेटेड और सिंपल प्रोटीन्स को, और पार्शियल हाइड्रोलिसिस पे जो हमें डिग्रेडेशन प्रोडक्ट मिलता है उसे हम क्या कहते हैं, ड्राइव्ड प्रोटीन्स कहते हैं. बेसिकली आपको प्रोटीन से प्रोटियोज मिलता है, फिर पेप्टॉन्स मिलते हैं और पॉलीपेप्टाइड्स मिलते हैं. तो इसके एग्जाम्पल्स क्या हुए आपके पास, पेप्टॉन्स आप कह सकते हैं, एंड polypeptides also are the examples of derived proteins. And the third one type is the conjugated proteins. Conjugated proteins are also obtained on the hydrolysis and gives a non-protein portion which is known as the prosthetic group. So basically आपके पास क्या होते हैं बच्चे, आपके पास एक प्रोस्थेटिक ग्रुप मिलता है जो आपका नॉन प्रोटीन पार्ट होता है हाइड्रोलिसिस पे, उसे हम क्या कहते हैं, प्रोस्थेटिक पार्ट कहते हैं, और उस सारे प्रोटीन को हम क्या कहते हैं, कॉन्जुगेटेड प्रोटीन्स कहते हैं. सो हियर इन दिस टेबल सम classes are showing having the prosthetic group like lipoprotein, having the prosthetic group lipids, glycoprotein are basically sugars also known as the carbohydrate, hemoproteins contains heme means iron or the hemoglobin porphyrin. Now we further move on the importance of the proteins. Basically proteins are the building blocks in the human body or cells, and they are also act as an enzyme in the body, also act as an antibodies or the transporting agent like the hemoglobin. And more hormones are also made up of protein like insulin and thyroxine, and they are also necessary for the exchange of fluids due to the osmotic pressure of plasma proteins. Now it's all about the importance of proteins in our daily life. Now we will further discuss the structure of proteins. Basically 4 types. First one is the primary, secondary, tertiary, quaternary in the next video. So it's all about the today. Thank you.